Live from JMT Studios, Gary Seisel and Adam Buckingham are the Two Jersey Kids.
Hey guys, Two Jersey Kids is back at it again for this Tuesday episode. I am one of your hosts, Adam Buckingham, alongside my good friend Gary Seisel. How you doing, Gary, on this Tuesday? Well, technically Monday, but Tuesday.
Dynamite. It's getting a little late, but
I know my age.
Always ready for another episode of this brilliant podcast.
If you're a new listener out there, or a current listener, you already know we go through the spiel, but I'm going to try to get through it quickly. So, Two Jersey Kids, we release 2 episodes a week. We have an episode on Tuesday, which is a shorter episode where we just break down the games coming out this week and give you a brief synopsis of what the games are, the summaries, and maybe if we have an opinion on it, we'll give you it. Fridays, we actually break down the news that's going on in the video game industry and give you our opinions. Remember, please follow us on Twitter at Two Jersey Kids, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, please stop the podcast right now, and please rate us on iTunes. It helps out so much, and if you're a new listener, keep listening. If you enjoy it, then subscribe. That'd be fantastic. That's all for the spiel. I actually got through it without messing up. You proud of me, Gary?
I am thrilled with you.
Should we move on into the games, or unless you have something else to say?
Yeah, let's get right into it. Let's do it.
Oh, by the way, did you score 7 goals in your last game?
No, it was actually probably one of the worst hockey games I've ever played in my life. Terrible. Just terrible. We lost 7-3.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. You're supposed to be scoring 7, Gary, not 0.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's just so hard to sometimes play with people that aren't on the same page as you when it comes to playing hockey.
Damn, you're calling them garbage! Oh,
no.
Shit!
Some of these guys could be much better if they thought the game through.
Damn, you saying they're dumbasses! Oh, shit!
Damn, you're filling my mouth with words, yeah! Anyway.
All right, let's move on.
Let's keep going. Yeah, let's do it.
Coming out for this week, Tuesday, November 15th, all the way up to Friday, November 18th. Yep, I got it. Let's start it off. Assassin's Creed, the Ezio Collection, coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Make history as the legendary master assassin Ezio Auditore de Francese. Shit. And in Assassin's Creed, the Ezio's Collection, play as Ezio, the most iconic assassin in the franchise, and follow his journey from a young man learning the ways of the assassins in the 15th century Renaissance Italy, then into Rome, where he takes leadership of the entire Brotherhood of Assassins. And he's probably the most famous assassin, probably because those 2 games were the best ones in the whole Assassin's Creed IP. They sort of started going downhill after Assassin's Creed 3. It was like American Revolution, thought it could be more. Then Black Flag sort of brought it up, but I wasn't a fan of ship combat, but people seem to love it. And, now taking a hiatus, so I guess they're trying to still make money on the Assassin's Creed franchise, but just releasing a collection. Did you ever play those games, Gary?
I played, my first game I bought of that was actually Black Flag, which I enjoyed, but obviously I knew that the series had been kind of tired. Mm-hmm. Obviously they kept releasing games like all the time, so it kind of got watered down. But I enjoyed Black Flag, and to be honest, if I was going to buy an Assassin's Creed game or something, I would probably buy this collection just to get to experience the games before Black Flag that I never got a chance to play, which apparently were the best. So
yeah. The one thing that really irritated me about this franchise is whenever I played the game, it pissed me off that I didn't feel like I was sneaking around. You remember playing Black Flag? You're kind of like walking around. You're somewhat stealthing, but like you don't even have a crouch button. Every stealth game, you should have a crouch button. That should be just written in fine print, just stamped in there always, is a crouch button.
Not to mention, I mean, you kind of look like an assassin.
Yeah, walking around with the fucking hood up. Like a white hood, you're just standing out. Like white is the most obvious thing when you have a bunch of just random like dull colors. It makes no sense. But moving on, Freeze Me coming to PS4. Freeze Me is a 3D platformer in the true 90s style. But there's a twist. The main character, R, has one special tool, a camera around her neck. This camera allows her to literally freeze the objects she photographs. Sounds interesting. Doesn't look too hot, but visually, but maybe it's fun. I don't know. Moving on. Hasbro Family Fun Pack Conquest Edition coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Enjoy your favorite Hasbro games in this brand new all-in-one compilation. Monopoly Plus, Risk Urban Assault, Battleship, and Scrabble. The games you know and love are more fun and interactive than ever on console.
Now, am I the only person? I don't know. I remember I had the Game of Life on computer back in the day, and I enjoyed the hell out of
bomb.
that. But I will say this: I always thought that board games. I never liked board games on consoles or computers. Like I didn't like Monopoly on the computer.
They're missing the one thing. It's called the board.
But not only that, but it's like it's just strange. I don't know. It's just something different. Like I like having the board in front of me.
The actual like physical playing it.
You sit around a table with your friends or family.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah, instead of playing like NPCs or people online. However, Risk online probably be easier. I love me some Risk.
That's more of something have an easier transition, I think, over the electronic.
You ever play Risk, Gary?
Yeah,
those games can last forever.
Yeah, I played that game years ago with some friends, and I think I won like one time. But I mean, again, the game takes like 10 years to play.
Especially when you're like you have a massive army and you're trying to capture this one area, but the guy just keeps like fighting back because the defense has the advantage and it's just all dice rolls. And if you just get
lucky as hell,
just so sweep across Europe with just like one unit, it's insane. But your turn to read, Gary.
Alrighty, so we're starting off with It'll Do 2. Kind of funny name. Coming out to PS4 and PC. It'll and Tipsy crash onto yet another island filled with loot, puzzles, and mysterious inhabitants. With the help of a magical map, they set out to steal 8 pieces of a raft from increasingly improbable locations, including beaches, prairies, an art exhibit, and some dude's basement.
At first I thought that you were stealing stuff from piranhas, which didn't make any sense, but, you know, prairies makes more sense. Smooth.
Moving on to Mechazoo. I believe I said that right. Coming out to PS4 and PC. Mechazoo is a 2D platformer with brilliant, fully 3D worlds that can be explored and conquered with a kinetically diverse cast of animals in a single-player campaign or co-op multiplayer. It's a long sentence. Inspired by classic platformers, Mechazoo leverages those core elements to create a new, creative, unique, and fun gameplay experience.
I was actually looking at the video of this game. It looks like you can transfer into different like animals. I saw one was like you can turn into like a kangaroo of some kind and jump high, or like turn into a frog, and then you turn into something else, and it kind of looks like Sonic because he starts spinning really fast and like goes up like ramps and like hops from platform to platform, and then it looks like it takes elements from I guess Donkey Kong because you like get stuck in like these. I don't want to say barrels because they're not barrels, but they look like just like futuristic guns, I guess, and then they just launch you farther. So maybe check it out. It could be cool. It has a cool art style to it. Kind of psychedelic. Go.
Moving on to Mutant Muds Deluxe, coming out to PS4. Armed with a heavy-duty water cannon, Max has what he needs to vanquish his long-term nemesis, the Mutant Muds. Max must blast and hover his way across the soiled landscape to seek out mysterious water sprites. Legend says collecting all of the mysterious water sprites will wash the filthy mutant muds away for good.
How come I feel like that legend? It always says legends say, and then it turns out the legends are actually true. It's never like, oh, you're a fucking idiot for following this legend. Like, you're just screwed. You're all your family is gonna die because you went on this stupid quest.
That would lead to quite a shitty game, I feel like.
I played the original one, I think, on Vita. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Had an interesting art style because I love me some art style. That's good. That's nice. It's right in there, right in the sweet spot. It's that, you know.
Okay.
But I just thought it was cool because you can jump from like right up close screen and jump all the way back. It's kind of I don't know how to explain it, but it's cool. But we should move on. Overcooked Gourmet Edition coming to PS4 and Xbox One. The Overcooked Gourmet Edition stirs together the smash hit co-op cooking game and the Lost Moral Content Pack into one delicious package that will test your culinary skills to the limit. Overcooked is a chaotic couch co-op cooking game for 1 to 4 players. Working as a team, you and your fellow chefs must prepare, cook, and serve up a variety of tasty orders before the baying customers storm out into the huff. I know what you think, Gary. You may think this game is apparently ridiculous or stupid and no one should play it.
This game actually does look kind of cool, though.
But
just is kind of thrown off.
I've heard amazing things about this game. Like, it's really fun. It can be really intense. So, eventually, when we ever get to that point where we're large enough to have our own YouTube channel, which I hope eventually it happens, we should play this game cooperatively and see how well we can cook together, because apparently it gets insane. You start off with, like, generic, like, kitchens, then you switch to, like, a food truck where there's, like, 2 food trucks in different areas, then you're going to different, like, areas, like, I guess, Antarctica or something, and, like, platforms shifting around. It looks pretty intense. It looks like it could be fun. Also stressful. I may yell at you. 100% will yell at you.
Yeah,
and you probably will yell at me. Moving on! Silence coming to PS4 and PS3. During an air raid, 16-year-old Noah and his little sister Rennie seek shelter in a bunker. There, they not only are protected from the deadly bombardment, but also stumble upon the crossroads between life and death. When Noah loses his sister to Silence, he's forced to venture into the idyllic, yet threatening world to find her. Silence, however, bears its own scars of war and suffering. Man, that was rough. God, I blame it on me, because I can't read some days. And it's late, and I'm a little tired, so that can do it. All because Gary was running late, that son of a bitch.
Blame my professor.
Nope, I'm blaming you. It's all 100% you. You could have just walked out and said, F this class!
Yeah, that would work.
I think Silence is basically like a point-and-click adventure game just for PS4, but that's from what I looked up. I want to actually put, I was thinking, for the website, putting up these released, the list, which I've been doing, which you can find at twojerseykids.com. Put up the list of what I find, and then link for each one, link specifically to the gameplay thing on YouTube. So link them to what the game would actually be. I feel like that could be beneficial to people. So you don't have to go searching around. One-stop shop. Moving on! Space Rift Episode 1 coming to PSVR after a devastating meteor shower. Earth has turned into a desert wasteland. Humanity has been forced to relocate to Mars, where they live under the strict leadership of Megacorps Whis and Pandora. You take on the role of Casey Black. Fill in generic name there. Who has been slaving away as a pilot for Whis. Whis sounds better. After being labeled as a traitor by a computer error, your only chance to survive is joining the rebels of the Anoxia Station. Can they just seriously?
It's kind of comedic. Labeled a traitor by a computer error? Fuck that computer.
Yeah. That's garbage. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so mad. That's my commentary on that.
Okay, going on to Stern Pinball Arcade. I used to play a lot of pinball back on my PC back in the day.
Do you remember pinball was the game when you're on in elementary school when you had nothing else to do on the computer? There was always that pinball game that was installed.
Damn straight. Anyway, this one's coming out to PS4, so a little more technologically advanced. Stern Pinball Arcade is the most realistic and accurate pinball game ever created. Stern Pinball Inc. has created many of the all-time greatest pinball tables. They are the most experienced and largest producer of real pinball machines in business today. Get your pinball fix, people. Moving on to Time Machine VR. Coming out to PSVR. As a time-traveling cadet, explore the Jurassic era and the ancient creatures that once ruled the prehistoric oceans. Use advanced tech tools to track, examine, and discover scientifically accurate creatures like mosasaurs, Liviat. Okay, these names are insane.
You're crushing it, Gary. You're crushing it.
And megalodons. Uncover the mysteries of the ancient past. Find the connection between a prehistoric virus, the melting ice caps, and a present-day epidemic that is exterminating humankind.
You're like, let me get through this fucking summary for the love of God.
Well, once these stupid names come in, that's when it throws everything else off. My flow gets knocked off. Anyway.
Your flow? Is that what you just called it?
my flow. It gets knocked off, and I can't. I got to click. I got to
It's
keep
called
moving.
Space Cadet. I just found it. That pinball game was the bomb.
Yes, it
Sorry, that's my 2 cents.
Okay. So, last but not least for Tuesday is everybody's favorite, Watch Dogs 2, coming out to PS4 and Xbox One. Play as Marcus Holloway, a brilliant young hacker living in the birthplace of the tech revolution, the San Francisco Bay Area. Team up with DedSec, a notorious group of hackers, and expose the hidden dangers of CTOS 2.0, which is being wrongfully used to monitor and manipulate citizens on a massive scale.
I really enjoyed Watch Dogs 1. Did you have something to say, Gary?
Well, it's actually interesting you say that, because I had heard a lot of mixed reviews from the first Watch Dogs, but this one, I was reading a review on it earlier, and they were saying that it's a little less serious than the previous one, which was, they called it like self-serious, so it apparently, took itself too seriously. But I found it interesting that in this version, they actually went with a more like lighthearted type of feel.
You could tell that from the gameplay and marketing trailers that they were doing.
Definitely. Kind of like a Saints Row-esque type of thing.
Yeah, but not nearly as ridiculous. Let's be real. Saints Row is ridiculous. I love Saints Row for its ridiculousness. But I played Watch Dogs 2. I really enjoyed it. I like the whole aspect of just going around and hacking and driving away from like police, or I forget the main story of it because it was kind of a little forgettable because the main character, Aiden Pierce, he seemed like cookie cutter. Really like raspy voice and just like, oh, I gotta go do this. Yeah, I'm gonna go save the world. Yeah,
gotta
my
take
little
it
girl.
Gotta take it to the man.
Yeah, basically. So that was pretty much forgettable. But I was thinking that hopefully, being a Ubisoft game, they would do Watch Dogs 2 would kind of be like Assassin's Creed 2, where Assassin's Creed 1 had really good ideas. But some people, it was like mixed because some people didn't really enjoy so much the gameplay aspect of it. It wasn't completely flushed out properly. And then Assassin's Creed 2 came along, and that's like the peak of the Assassin's Creed games. That was like the bomb.com for sure. So I'm hoping that Watch Dogs 2 sort of capitalized on taking everything that was great with Watch Dogs 1 and then just focusing in that direction and not like you were saying, Watch Dogs 1 took itself a little too seriously. So maybe dialing it back a little bit and being more relaxed with the seriousness may help it out. But am I reading? Is this my turn?
Oh, yeah, it's your turn.
You're just staring at me. You were going to say anything? You were just going to hope that I would figure it out?
Yeah, you're on top of your game.
Fuck you, man! Fuck you. Moving on. Wanted Corp. Or Corp. Sure. Core? What the fuck is the point of the P then? If you're gonna say like core,
it's like the
I don't
Marine
understand
Corps.
that.
It's strange. Whatever.
And then in the summary they don't have the dot, so it looks like corp. What is this? What is this garbage? Wanted Core coming to PS Vita. Wanted Core is a top-down action game in which you play as two intergalactic bounty hunters with different powers. Use Mad Dog. Really, Mad Dogs? Really, Mad Dog? That's the name? Seriously? Mad Dog. Just fucking A. Use Mad Dog's devastating weaponry or Irina's psychic powers, because why not, to catch your prey or eliminate them once and for all. The hunt is on! Pretty certain this was a PS3 game that came out and didn't really do that well. Like it said, it's top-down twin-stick shooter, it looks like. I mean, the fact that they name a character Mad Dog should give you all the information you need on if you want to play this game or not. Moving on.
Damn.
Yesterday, Origins coming to PS4. It's 1481. Young John is publicly humiliated and dragged through the street under suspicion of witchcraft. He's imprisoned by the Spanish Inquisition to be tortured. Later, he undergoes an alchemical.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, alchemical transformation, making him immortal. But not everything goes to plan. As a result, after each resurrection, John completely forgets who he is. Experience an adventure through time and across the world. exciting stuff. I'm pretty certain this is a point-and-click adventure game.
Young John kind of sounds like a rapper, but anyway, keep going.
Yeah! Okay!
Lil John.
Yeah. Pokemon Sun and Moon coming to 3DS. Embark on a new adventure as a Pokemon trainer and catch, battle, and trade all new Pokemon on the tropical island of Iola region. Isn't Iola like a type of sauce or something? Or that's aioli. That's aioli, isn't it? Pretty good.
You're the Italian guy.
I don't think that's Italian sauce.
I don't know.
Discover the Z moves and unleash these intense attacks in battle. Call upon Pokemon with Pokeride to discover new areas across the region and take on the Island Challenge Trials. Become the Pokemon Champion! Sorry.
Dang.
You got the last two, Gary.
Yay! Okay, so we're going on to Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition coming out to PS4, PC, and Xbox Uno. The Star Wars Battlefront Ultimate Edition has everything fans need to live out their Star Wars battles fantasies, including the Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition and Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass. Rebels and Imperials alike will be able to expand their galaxy with 4 expansion packs, 30-plus maps, 14 heroes, and 14 game modes. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I would be interested to see how this one does, or if
It seems like something you should have included in the original game.
Yeah, considering how bare bones the original game was. But anyway, last game on the list for Friday, November 18th, is Killing Floor 2, coming out to PS4 and PC. In Killing Floor 2, players descend into continental Europe where the outbreak caused by the Horzine Biotech's failed experiment has quickly spread and gained unstoppable momentum, essentially paralyzing the European Union. Players will descend into Z-laden hot zones and exterminate them. Very, very intense. To hell with biotech experiments. That's what I say.
This game actually looks really good. It kind of reminds me, like Left 4 Dead mixed with horde mode or like a zombie mode in Call of Duty, where you got a horde of zombies and you're taking out like 6-player co-op team or 6 total teams. 6-player teams. There we go. Those are the words that I need to say. They're taking out waves and waves, and you move, I think, through the map, and you get to like the final boss and take out together. It looks actually really cool. Definitely reminds me of Left 4 Dead, and then mixed with Call of Duty. So it could be kind of cool because you level up throughout the way, either deciding to level up yourself or choose level ups that help the team. So I would like to play this game. So hopefully Tripwire Interactive gets back to me and actually lets us, play the game. Because, we are not that wealthy, so we can't buy all these games, unfortunately. So that's why we rely on a lot of people out there to let us know how the game goes. But, yeah, Gary, it's about that time. Out of all those amazing write-ups, what caught your fancy in our genius picks?
Assassin's Creed Collection. Only because I never had the chance of actually playing, or not really the chance, but I never really got into the Assassin's Creed franchise until later on. And obviously I heard that the best games were in the beginning, first, second, third, whatever you want to call it. So, the collection, absolutely. That would be my pick. How about yourself, sir?
Me? Oh, thanks. Thanks for asking. It was kind of difficult. It's coming down to 2. Actually, 3, because the Killing Floor 2 looks good, but I don't have enough information, or it doesn't fancy me more than these other 2. So it's coming down to Watch Dogs 2 and Pokemon Sun and Moon, because, Pokemon, come on, it's Pokemon. It's fucking Pokemon. Who doesn't like Pokemon? Even though I don't know how they keep creating more Pokemon. I feel like I saw like a while back they're coming up with like keychain Pokemon where it's just like literally a bunch of keys on a chain, and that makes no sense. But I think I'm going to choose Watch Dogs 2. If you really are looking into a open world game that's solid, I just feel like they're going to nail the vibe of this and the story. And from what I've seen, like videos, it felt like the world's more open. And since I know I've been burned with an open world game already this year with Mafia 3, which I sadly say I finally gave up on. But this may be the open world game that you should play this fall. It may actually feel like the open world game you want, and tell you a cool story, and you may have fun doing it. So that is my pick. Gary, that's all the games we got through. It's 25 minutes in. We normally do about this. Yeah, it's not normal. Anything to say, Gary, before we get going?
Well, okay, so this is actually something I kind of wanted to talk about in the next podcast, Friday's episode, but I had to kind of just allude to it, a sneak peek of sorts here. Nintendo NES, or Nintendo, what the hell are you guys doing?
What do you mean?
Have you heard about the shortages?
Yeah.
Not even shortage, the non-existence of these consoles?
Do you realize that Nintendo always does this with everything?
Yeah, and it's really just, but see, that's the thing. It's like, why? Why do you continue to screw your fans?
Because here's the thing. This is how they got the Wii. This is how Wii sold even more. They made artificial mass shortage. So you can't get it everywhere. Like, it seems like a specific commodity that you need, that everybody's going out and getting it because it's always off the shelf, and no matter, there's 10 that come in, they're automatically gone. You hear the store clerk say oh, we had 10 this morning, and they're all gone now. I'm sorry. So now when you see it, next time you're walking and say, oh, these are available, boom, go right in and go buy it, because that's when you only will get it. And that's why they sold well in Wii. I don't get it why they're doing it with this thing, because this is not a console.
Exactly. It's $60 here. I mean, it's just really frustrating, because I actually was going to buy it, I guess probably through Amazon. But I checked Amazon there, and people are freaking out on the reviews. They're like, I saw people trying to sell it on eBay for $900. And these douchebags that go on. Who pays $1,000 for this damn thing? Is what I gotta know. But
it'd be better if you just went out and bought a normal NES with cartridges. I feel like you'd spend less.
Seriously. So I have to be patient for this. I'm probably still gonna buy it. But
I still don't get it why they're doing that with this thing, because it's not a big console. It's like a $60 thing. And I feel like I want. I don't know if it's annoying people per se, but it's just frustrating. Like, what happens if 2 weeks come down and this is not a console, so this is not what people feel like they need. This is just something as a collector's item. What if 2 weeks come down the road and they forget all about it because the next game comes out? Then
exactly
what?
I read somewhere, and someone said it perfectly. This thing right here is a stocking stuffer. This is what it is. It's nothing. It's not like it's providing anything new to anybody. It's just old games all in one spot, and 30 games at that. So it's just kind of bizarre how they would purposely do this to their customers.
It makes no sense. It would make sense for them just to deliver it and give it out, just fulfill all the orders that are required. But I'm not Nintendo, even though I feel like they should hire us, because we have brilliant ideas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But
turn that business around.
I'm guessing we'll talk more about it in this Friday. That was a sneak peek. I'm sure we'll get into it more, even though that could have been the whole topic right there. Who knows?
I'll try to be more angry in the next iteration of this.
And I'll be trying to be more polarizing too.
The pro Nintendo. Well, we did this for a reason, damn it.
Well, Gary, it makes so much sense.
I didn't expect sound like a Southern guy working at Nintendo. That's kind of crazy. Here in the Nintendo, we're gonna have a mass shortage of consoles, and for no reason. Anyway, this is kind of getting ridiculous. So,
Gary, the Wii U is the best console out there. No one knows about it. It should be the best one. Why is it not selling? It will go down as the best console in history.
This podcast has been successfully derailed. Let's get back on track and end this damn thing.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. If you're a new listener, please hit that subscribe button on the podcast app that you're using. If it's iTunes, or if it's Google Play, or if it's Stitcher, or any podcast app out there. Also, please rate us on iTunes, or any really Google, Stitcher would be fantastic. Every rating helps our standings, maybe get it out to more people. If you really enjoy it, please, it'd be so kind of you to share it. Share, like when we post the links or share the iTunes link that we post to your followers per se, or your friends, see if they'll enjoy it, so they'll subscribe. Trying to grow a family together. Yay! But just so you know, release episodes every Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday being this one that came to your ears. Friday will be the one where we go over the topics that's going on in the video game industry, all the news and notes, and we'll discuss it. Probably not in a southern accent, but who knows? It'll be exciting. Again, remember, please follow us on Twitter at 2JerseyKids. I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you, but I'm about to go. Say bye to the kids.
Peace out.
Bye, all. We love you and appreciate you. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Gary and Adam have left the building.